Richelieu Rock is the crown jewel of any Similan Islands liveaboard itinerary. It's a living kaleidoscope that will redefine your idea of an incredible dive. With over 5,000 dives between us at some of the world's most renowned spots, we can tell you this for sure. Richelieu Rock ranks high on our list of favourite dive sites. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why it should be at the top of yours too.
To the dive site. People have had their dive briefings. We've set up our equipment. We've seen dolphins. The water is like glass, and the vibe is that it is going to be a fantastic day of diving.
So, when's the best time to visit? As part of the Surin Marine Park, Richelieu Rock is open from mid-October to mid-May each year. If you're dreaming of seeing whale sharks or manta rays, aim for February to April, that's peak season. We've dived here in both November and April, and every single time it's been phenomenal. But here's an insider tip. Avoid the very start and the very end of the season. Conditions can shift unpredictably, and trips can get cancelled last minute. Now, how do you get to this incredible site? Most divers assume liveaboards are best, but here's our top secret, especially for experienced divers. Skip the liveaboards, stay in Khao Lak and do day trips by speedboat. Here's why. Sure, liveaboards hit a lot more dive sites, but if you want the absolute best diving, most dive centres only focus on 3 key sites: Koh Bon, Koh Chai and Richelieu Rock. And that's a good thing because these are the best. We highly recommend multiple dives at Richelieu Rock, and we genuinely feel many divers might be left wanting more with only a couple of dives from a liveaboard trip. And having done over 20 dives at Richelieu, we're pretty confident you won't get bored. Choosing day trips gives you incredible flexibility. You can dive when you want, allowing you to explore Thailand's breathtaking on-land attractions like the dramatic Phang Nga Bay or the lush Khao Lak. It's the best of both worlds. By speedboat, it's about an hour and 20 minutes from Khao Lak to Richelieu Rock dive site. Most days, you'll get picked up around 8 AM and be back to your hotel by 3:30 or 4 PM. Oh, and lunch is included. Massive shout out to Wet Zone divers for having some of the best day trip food we've ever had.
We cannot wait to show you this amazing dive site in the middle of the Anemone Sea, which is so full of life, teeming with fish. It's going to be fantastic.
Alright, let's get to the good stuff. What can you actually see here? This seemingly small rock sitting in the middle of the ocean is an absolute magnet for marine life of all sizes.
We're going to be doing our best to show you the amazing diversity of marine life on this dive site. The small things to the big hunting fish, the movement, the topography. It is really an amazing dive site.
The reef is unreal. Huge coral bommies smothered in vibrant hard and soft corals. Anemones swaying in the current. Look a bit closer and you'll spot porcelain crabs catching their food, shrimp in every crevice, and if you're lucky, the gorgeous harlequin shrimp, but that guy is still on our wish list. During our dives here, we've seen cuttlefish, huge moray eels, Nudibranchs, a rainbow frogfish, peacock mantis shrimp, and huge amounts of lionfish and scorpionfish. 2 excellent reasons to take care of where you're putting your hands. And the big stuff? If you can keep one eye in the blue and overhead, you've got a solid chance of spotting whale sharks and oceanic manta rays. We saw a manta ray on our last day here, and truly, we will never forget it. The marine life here is amazing, and we want to keep it that way. So please remember, don't chase, don't touch, nail your buoyancy, and be calm and aware. The better your dive habits, the better your encounters, and the healthier the reef. Practice obtaining perfect buoyancy and always remain calm and relaxed in the water. This always results in better interactions, more time spent underwater, and safer diving for you, your guides, and everyone else. But Richelieu Rock isn't just about critters and pelagics. Our favourite thing about this site? You are completely immersed in chaos and beauty, surrounded by a staggering diversity and density of fish.
So that dive did not disappoint. We came back and it was as beautiful as ever. Descending down, heaps of glassfish covering the reef, giant trevallies swarming around, hunting consistently throughout our 60-minute dive. Beautiful.
Here, you don't just observe, you find yourself feeling as though you're part of that ecosystem. Drift around the rock and just enjoy the show. It's a living, breathing underwater documentary.
We were keeping an eye out for the little things on this dive site when all of a sudden the lights were turned out. Huge schools of trevallies hunting around the reef, literally blocking out the sun.
All you need to do is remain neutrally buoyant, point your camera in the right direction, and you're guaranteed some stunning action shots worthy of National Geographic. You'll find layers of fish from the tiniest glass bait fish that sit closely to the reef, followed by the yellow snappers that shy away from the current, while schools of hunting trevally circle the outer reef and giant trevally and schools of barracuda sit in the blue. On a good day, the sheer density of life here rivals the best dives we've done in Komodo, Raja Ampat, and even the Maldives.
So, what did we see on our dive? We saw the beautiful manta shrimp, all the colours of the rainbow. This guy loves to hide underneath the coral, so getting a shot of him is a little bit challenging, but they are stunning when you see them. So when you're diving, always be careful of where you're putting your knees, where your arms are, and certainly never touch the reef. You will find scorpionfish, lionfish abundant on this site. Definitely ones you don't want to touch because they do have poisonous stings. And as you get a little bit shallower on this dive, on the top of the rocks, you're going to see this stunning anemone garden. Anemones everywhere, blowing in the current. So the coral on this site is absolutely beautiful. We've got a range of hard coral, soft coral, sea fans. It is really something to enjoy on this site. And a huge barrel sponge, probably the biggest one we've seen in Thailand so far.
So, who's this incredible dive site for? While many dive operators will accept open water certified divers, we highly recommend that you have your advanced open water certification with at least 30 log dives before coming here. And if you haven't dived in a few months, we'd also strongly suggest a refresher or a check dive, even for those with more experience. Seriously, even after thousands of dives, we still insist on a check dive if it's been a few months since our last one. It'll make your dive safer, smoother, and way more enjoyable. There's so much to see on this site that it would be a shame to spend your precious dive time fussing over your weight and equipment or tuning your buoyancy, instead of soaking in all the wonders. For all of you underwater photographers and videographers out there, whether you're a macro obsessed, a pelagic lover, a documentary filmmaker, or all of the above, you will find it all here. Just a heads up, Thailand has implemented a rule that only allows divers with a minimum of 40 log dives to dive with a camera, so plan accordingly. Let's talk dive site conditions. While it's generally not a highly challenging or excessively deep dive, its isolated location means it can be exposed to some strong currents. We recommend you have some experience with this before coming. In our experience, a lot of guides tend to avoid parts of the dive site where the current is strong. We like to use this as an opportunity to get to where the fewest people and the most fish are. So, if you're confident, find where the current hits the dive site and you'll experience tons of action and fewer people. Visibility can vary as tides and currents change. In our experience, this can range anywhere between 5 to 30 metres. But this doesn't affect the sheer amount of life around the pinnacle. In fact, poorer visibility can sometimes mean more plankton, which of course can mean higher chance of those big pelagics we talked about earlier. Online reports sometimes suggest it's an extremely crowded site. In our experience, it's not as bad as those reports suggested. But perhaps be wary of coming in the absolute peak months if you truly hate crowded dive sites. We think we've covered everything you need to know, and we truly hope these tips help you get the absolute best out of your dives at this world-class dive site. It's an experience you'll never forget. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, please hit that like button, leave us a comment about your own dream dive site, share this with your diving buddies, and of course, make sure you subscribe for more incredible diving adventures and tips. See you in the next one.